Hey guys, Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Guys, I want to talk to you about a very powerful trading pattern that I have been using since 2008. I have thousands of students who have used this trading pattern, but now I got a new twist to it. As you guys have probably noticed, in this last year, we have started an options trading program. Options trading is a way to lever up your trading. I have one of my dear students and great friends, Levi, aka the Stock Hunter, running an options trading program where he's got number one, an options boot camp designed to take you from A to Z on everything you need to know about trading, and then an options alert service on Discord. Look at the trades this guy's been doing in the last 2 weeks, scrolling this thing up, scrolling this thing down. He has been on fire. When he loses, he manages risk. But in this type of day trader's market, he's been crushing it every day. I want to reverse engineer a trade that we took in the options trading chat room today that's just so simple. You guys can do this every single day. So this is called a quick pullback setup. So let's run a scenario here first of all. On the big picture, we always want to start in a big picture when we're talking about trading. So on a big picture, if you look at the QQQ and you look at the S&PY, the last 2 weeks, what have we been doing? We've been just kind of grinding down from a huge trend down into the 50-day moving averages on the daily charts. So what that's telling us is that, first of all, we've got a big support, but we also have all sorts of oversold readings. If you look at the stochastics, and if you just look at the general gist of how many days down in a row you've been, we are oversold by all measures. So we have been looking for an oversold bounce in the market because this morning the SPY came right down into yesterday's low, right above that 50-day moving average. And so we're looking at the market to bounce. So that's the big picture scenario. On a daily scenario, in terms of what we do intraday, we've got, when we have this big picture scenario of a deep bounce in the market that's due, we can trade any of the kind of big 10 stocks. You can talk about Nvidia, AMD, Meta, Tesla. They're all gonna move around with the general market of the SPY and the QQQs in this specific setup. So this is a setup that I love. So let's talk about the quick pullback setup and the mechanics of it. So quick pullback setup is when you have a powerful thrust in a stock in the morning that is due to bounce based on its daily chart. So you can see with AMD, it had been down 5 days in a row, right into a big support zone, that 108 to 106 on its daily chart, along with 5 days down, and you can see the oversold stochastics on it. So we believe that the daily chart is going to bounce. The secondary part, the big picture part, is that you want to couple it with the overall market conditions. If you look at the QQQ and you look at the S&P, they've been grinding down for literally a couple weeks, triggering oversold readings and coming into big support zones on the daily. So you have your stock picture, you have your index picture. Now what you need to do is come up with an intraday picture. So what you need to do is wait out the open. You don't want to take any guesses. So if you look at AMD when it opens, right, you got a nice easy open in that 105, 106 range. You're still a little bit a ways from the red to green spot, but the key is when it goes red to green, that's a primary trigger. Now we didn't take it on the red to green spot because we were in some other trades, and so now we're playing a little bit of the hot potato. So I'm watching this AMD for the quick pullback setup. Levi crushes these every single day, and he's alerting these live into our chat room. So what you start to see is AMD thrust up into those 109s and then do a nice easy pullback right into the 9 EMA. The quick pullback setup is about morning momentum and then a pullback into the 9 EMA. And what we like to do on these kind of names is buy the calls into the Friday expiration. So Levi starts loading up these calls in the 220 to 230 range, right on the 9 EMA. That coincides with the stock also coming on the 9 EMA. Good thing about TC2000 is you can line up the stock and the option price right next to each other. You can see the breakout, the pullback right into that 230. When you get a candle to hold into those EMAs, now you're ready to shred. And you can see now as it starts to trend up, we sell some into the 250s, then into the 260s, and then we're out along the 3 spot, getting a nice 20% bagger in a very short period of time. And you can actually see by the end of the day, the options on this hit almost $4, nearly 100% gain. That's the power of options. A lot of times you see these kind of big, slower stocks, and people always want to trade small caps and Forex because they think that's the only way to make 30, 40, 50% gains. I also thought the same thing. But what Stock Hunter does in our chat room is nuts. Like if you look at these last 2 weeks of trades, 50%, 60%, 70%, 20%, he makes base hit after base hit while managing his risk. And frankly, the market's been kind of tough the last 2 weeks, and he's still doing it, doing longs and shorts. And this is the simple setup that you can use every single day.